It was an ordinary day in the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario, along with Luigi, was repairing an old pipe near Princess Peach's castle. But something about this pipe was unusual. Suddenly, a bright light shone from it, and Mario, before he could understand what was happening, was pulled inside. He found himself in a wonderful world, the Enchanted Kingdom, where trees shone like crystals, rivers flowed with gold, and strange creatures flew in the air. But this beauty was deceptive. The kingdom suffered from the dark magician Nakar, who captured the magical crystal of life and threatened to destroy the world. Mario meets a new friend, Ellie, a brave warrior girl with a magic bow, who has long been fighting the forces of darkness. Together with her and her funny assistant Tiko, a small winged creature, they set off on a journey to find the missing crystal and stop Nakar. The path will not be easy. Mario will have to overcome enchanted forests, the ruins of ancient temples, and face his greatest fears. But with each step he becomes stronger and discovers a new, previously unknown power within himself. Episode: Ellie's Secret. Mario, Ellie, and Tiko travel through an enchanted forest where magic is particularly strong. Ellie leads the team forward with confidence, but Mario notices that something is bothering her. At one point, they encounter a magical barrier. A symbol similar to the one Ellie wears on her pendant appears on the barrier. When she touches it, the forest comes to life, and the team is presented with a vision of her past. The vision shows her happy childhood in an ancient lineage of crystal protectors. The attack by Nakar that destroyed her family. Ellie was a child when her parents protected her, sacrificing themselves so she could escape. Her vow of revenge in front of the ruins of their family temple. After the vision, Mario approaches Ellie, trying to comfort her, but she turns away, trying to hide her tears. Ellie, you don't understand, Mario. This isn't just about fighting for the crystal or saving the kingdom. This is personal to me. I can't forget what he did. And I'm afraid my anger could lead us to failure. Mario, Ellie, I don't know what it's like to lose everything you have. But I see you fighting not just for yourself, but for all of us. We are your team, and together we'll get through this. This scene builds trust between the characters and shows Ellie's inner conflict. Her struggle between revenge and duty will be a key moment in the finale, when she's forced to make a difficult decision. Chapter 2: Secrets of the Enchanted Kingdom. After meeting Ellie and Tiko, Mario realizes that he has found himself in a world where the usual rules do not apply. Every step here is a challenge, and every moment is a danger. Ellie tells Mario about the Crystal of Life, a magical artifact that maintains balance in this world. But now it is in the hands of Nakar, a dark magician who plans to use it for total destruction. The journey begins. The team sets off to the ruins of an ancient temple, where, according to Ellie, you can find a clue how to get to Nakar's castle. This temple contains the memory stone. It will show us the way, but it is guarded by an ancient spirit that will test our resolve, warns Ellie. The path to the temple lies through the enchanted forest, which is filled with strange creatures and traps. Tiko, thanks to his ability to see magic, helps to bypass dangerous areas. The first threat on the approach to the temple is shadows appear, creatures that serve Nakar. They attack the team, and Mario, using his jumps and strength, helps Ellie fight them. At this time, Tiko distracts the enemies, confusing them. After the victory, Ellie looks at Mario with respect. You are not just a plumber. You have a talent for fighting, she says, smiling. In the temple, when the team enters the temple, they are met by an ancient spirit, a large ghostly figure with glowing eyes. Are you looking for the path to the truth? Only those who overcome their fears can receive my help, the spirit says, and disappears, leaving each of them in the darkness. Each hero faces his own fear. Ellie sees the scene of the death of her family, but finds the strength to look at it from a different perspective. Her parents sacrificed themselves so that she could live. Mario faces the fear of losing his friends and his powerlessness. But he understands that true strength lies in the support of those around him. Tiko is afraid of being alone in the world, but his friends prove to him that he is important to the team. When all three overcome their fears, the spirit reappears. You are worthy. Here is your reward, he says, and opens a portal to the next location. Ellie, she finds herself in her former home, now destroyed and plunged into darkness. Her parents' voices sound like whispers. Ellie, you failed us. You were supposed to protect us. Ellie lowers her head, her heart filled with pain. But suddenly she remembers her father's last words, who urged her to survive and keep fighting. She tightens her bow and says, I will not betray your memory. I will fight for your ideals, not for revenge. The shadows of her parents dissipate, and Ellie steps out of the darkness into the light, feeling relieved. Mario sees his friends, Luigi, Peach, Toad, falling into a trap, and he can do nothing to help them. The feeling of powerlessness oppresses him. You have always been just a plumber. What can you do against evil? Whispers a voice in his head. Mario clenches his fists and remembers how many times he has managed to defeat even the strongest enemies. I am not all-powerful, but I will never give up. And this time I will not give up. He shouts, and the vision disappears, giving way to clarity. Tiko, the little winged assistant, sees how his team leaves him behind, calling him a burden. He feels lonely and useless. They are stronger without me, he thinks, looking at his reflection in the magic mirror. But then he remembers how he has repeatedly helped Ellie and Mario, how they laughed together. Tiko looks into the mirror again and says, I am part of this team. And even if I am small, I am important. With these words, the mirror breaks, and Tiko returns to reality. Description of the battle in the forest. When the shadows attack, Mario rushes into battle, demonstrating his strength and agility. He jumps on enemies, using the nearest trees as springboards to deliver blows from above. Ellie, at this time, skillfully shoots a bow, each of her arrows glowing with a magical glow and destroying enemies. Tiko, flying between enemies, he releases small magical flashes that disorient the enemies and give time for Ellie and Mario. When the enemies surrender, the team stands together, feeling like one. Tiko, flying between enemies, he releases small magical flashes that disorient the enemies and give time for Ellie and Mario. When the enemies surrender, the team stands together, feeling like one. Chapter 3, Confrontation with Nakar. The team, having passed the tempo test, receives the memory stone, which opens the way for them to Nakar's fortress. They embark on a long journey, overcoming enchanted mountains and dangerous swamps. In the end, they find themselves at the gates of a dark castle. Entrance to the castle. The gates of the castle are guarded by giant guardians, stone creatures animated by magic. Ellie uses her magic arrows to hit their weak points, while Mario and Tiko distract them. After a tense battle, they manage to break through to the throne room. Meeting with Nakar in a hall filled with dark energy, stands Nakar, a tall man in a dark cloak, his eyes glowing red. Next to him is the crystal of life, which now radiates darkness. You came here to be defeated, he says, grinning ominously. Nakar creates illusions in an attempt to break the team spirit. But Mario, Ellie, and Tiko join forces. Mario uses his physical strength to distract the mage. Ellie shoots his magic staff, weakening its defenses. Tiko, flying past, takes the crystal of life and begins to purify it with light magic. The final battle, a furious Nakar becomes even more powerful, but the team does not give up. Mario rushes at the mage and, using the efforts of the entire team, delivers the decisive blow. Nakar disappears in a flash of dark energy, leaving only a shadow of his former self. Victory and return home with the crystal of life purified. The Enchanted Kingdom returns to its radiant appearance. Ellie thanks Mario for not only helping to free their world, but also for showing them that even in the darkest of times, there is light. You will always be a part of this world, she says, smiling. Crystal opens a portal, and Mario returns to the Mushroom Kingdom, where Luigi and Peach greet him with joy. Epilogue. Somewhere in a far corner of the Enchanted Kingdom, a faint red light appears on the ruins of an old castle. The darkness has not yet completely disappeared, and new adventures are just beginning.